All right, folks. So I don't know how good you guys can hear me. I am live right now on YouTube, but I'm also about to go live on the radio, just to let y'all know that. So to the ones that might be jumping in here, welcome, welcome. And again, I am live in YouTube right now, but just not live on the radio yet. So for you to go and tune in, you can go onto the internet and type in Cities 92.9. You can listen live to this stream that way. If anybody call in, you guys can hear the calls, etc., 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 etc. Um, also, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel and all that. Don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoy the information that's about to go out here. All right. So we'll be getting started here in about 2 minutes to going live on the radio. It's back. And I might be able to bring some of you guys up on the panel and give y'all a link, but we're going to do one person at a time now. Again, I want to say hello to all 82 of you people that are in here right now. Appreciate y'all showing up here. We're going to go live on the radio here in about a minute or so, okay, to start the show. So I might drop a link a little later so people can come on and speak y'all opinions and all that on this, okay? Just letting y'all all know that. Can you guys hear me well? Everybody that's out there, can you guys all hear me pretty good? Here we go. Good freezing cold day to you all out there in Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, and I hope you guys are all out there doing well. Welcome to my show, Cancel This, here at Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal. Again, hope you guys are all out there doing well. I know we all kind of got a little bit of a bummer and a downer, and if you're on YouTube tuning in, I'm not talking about the title. I'm talking about this bipolar weather we have here in the Midwest. One day we got 50 degrees. The next day is freaking snow. And this weather is just as bipolar and crazy as this woke generation. No, let me stop. All right, folks. Welcome to the show again. I'm Ty Smith, aka Model Renaissance Man. The phone number here, if you would like to call in and talk about these subjects that we're going to be hitting on today, is 309-451-9299. You can text the show at 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where you can interact with me and I interact with you, then what you do, you go into YouTube, okay? You type in Model Renaissance Man. You will see a thumbnail of me. Click on the thumbnail and you will see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure that you guys all heard the breaking news. Oh my God, I woke up this morning getting pinged by different news sources that I actually do some contributing to. And Donald Trump announced that he most likely will be getting arrested this week. And if you guys don't know, this is in context to him supposedly paying hush money to some porn stars, I guess, to keep their mouth closed about any type of possible dealings or whatnot that he had with them. Now, that comes with a whole lot of stipulations, a whole lot of different stories, a whole lot of he said, she said type stuff that we all know about. Okay, but before we get into that, everybody knows that this is a huge story that's breaking. Now, Elon Musk, before I get into the meat of this, Elon Musk made a bold statement about this whole ordeal. Elon Musk says he predicts that if Trump is arrested, he said that Trump will win the re-election in a landslide victory if this arrest happens. Now, folks, before I even get into that, let's be real. Okay, just keep it real. I thought that we had supposed to have a landslide last time. Now, before y'all get, oh, Ty, what are you doing here? Listen to me. We thought that it was going to be a victory in a landslide the last time, right? But what happened? What happened? What happened? We're not even going to get into that, but y'all know what I'm saying. What happened? Think about it. Now, I know there are people on the internet right now. You guys are buzzing like crazy with the comments. What happened? Y'all already know. Kind of got the word like domino in it, but I'm not going to say it because, you know, YouTube is shut channel down. But anyway, nevertheless, Twitter CEO Elon Musk on Saturday, which is today, predicted that former President Donald Trump will be reelected in a landslide if he's indicted or possibly arrested and potentially handcuffed next week. He said if this happens, Trump will be reelected in a landslide victory, Musk tweeted. And this is on Twitter. Elon Musk tweeted this. Musk was reacting to a Fox News segment which detailed how the Manhattan District Attorney Office has asked for a meeting with a law enforcement ahead of a possible Trump indictment next week. According to a court source, the meeting was requested Thursday and hasn't been set. The meeting is to, in quote, discuss logistics for some time next week, which would mean that if they are anticipating an indictment next week, the source familiar with the planning said Secret Service is expected to take lead on what they will allow and won't allow. Okay? And this is pretty much talking about things in regards to Donald Trump. The potential indictment stems from a lengthy investigation now surrounding Trump's alleged payment of what they call hush money to actress Stormy Daniels. Now, toward the end of 2016 presidential campaign, Trump, his then lawyer, Michael Cohen, sent $130,000 to Daniels to prevent her from disclosing a 2006 affair with Trump. Trump, who denies the affair, reimbursed Cohen through installments. The office, led by DA Alvin Bragg, has been investigating the hush money scandal, which took place in 2016. Trump posted about the possible indictment on Truth Social, indicating that he will be arrested on Tuesday. Again, if you guys didn't catch that, Donald Trump is pretty much predicting that come Tuesday, he's going to be arrested. Yeah, I know, folks. Y'all like, I know y'all got a lot of things y'all thinking. I'm thinking the same thing too. I know. The Manhattan District Attorney Office would neither confirm or comment on impending indictments. The potential for an indictment re-sparked conversation online about how it would affect Trump's 2024 White House bid. The renewed claims from Trump allies that the probe was politically motivated, it's all for politics, in quotes. This is what they do in communist countries to destroy their political opponents. Republicans in Congress must subpoena these communists and end this, is what Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene out of Georgia tweeted. Former Rep. Adam Kinzinger, a vocal Trump opponent, fired back. You go, yeah, Biden, huh? If they can't handcuff Trump, he's your next president, he says, what Kissinger said. Others weren't so sure. Washington Post columnist Greg Sargent noted that there had been similar predictions of scandals boosting Trump that had failed to pan out. You guys are a lot of stuff that Trump got accused of, they investigated and it came out to be nothing. But yet again, we're told Trump accountable should be taken into consideration for corruption crimes, which will lead to a GOP victory. But this hasn't happened. People said impeachment would cause backlash, but he lost. Relax, he said. People said on January 6th committee would cause a backlash, but Republicans dramatically underperformed in 2022. So, folks, in a nutshell, what you guys are seeing right now, pretty much, is a bunch of politics stuff being played out. We all got to see how the Department of Justice was being used as like a strong arm for the current White House administration right now. They came after me. They came after other parents, tried to intimidate us, tried to scare us, tried to so-called bully us and keep our voices down. I know for a fact that, certain channels like mine, they were being purposely censored and purposely flagged and put on this little list of don't let this information get out, keep their stuff suppressed, et cetera, et cetera. That's what they did. And the problem that they have with individuals like myself is that I'm not scared of them. They don't scare me through these tactics of, oh, we're going to censor you, or we're going to tell YouTube to suppress your channel, suppress the information, and then out of the blue, the channel that I've been having on YouTube for 5 some odd plus years has been a healthy channel. But then within this last year, I've gotten hit with more strikes and community strikes and all kinds of just weird things on my channel than I ever had since my channel been up here. Since it's ever been up here. I had a growth of accumulating anywhere from 5 to 10,000 subscribers a month. And just this past 5 or 6 months, I literally had it to where it showed you lost 1,000 subscribers. You lost 100 subscribers. You lost 500 subscribers, right? All kinds of different things started to happen. So it's almost like they're trying to say, hey, look what we can do to you if you don't shut up. But the issue that they have with me is that I'm somebody that don't shut up. Matter of fact, I guarantee you, YouTube is going to limit and they're going to suppress the video and this information I'm putting out right now, all because I'm wearing a shirt right now that says unvaxxed and proud. And this shirt was made by me, designed by me. They don't like things like that. They don't like the truth to get out. So the way I'm going to relate this to this whole Donald Trump ordeal is this. You guys, come on now. We all know what game is being played here. He is serving as a threat, and we all know it. So they will come up with guys, they're going to come out with all sorts of things to try to literally obliterate Trump from having a chance of being reelected or even running for reelection. They're going to pull out any type of things that they possibly can. And it amazes me that when you see things like this happen, you say, okay, let's be real. I told you guys, don't try to put me on the right. Don't try to put me on the left. I'm all about righteousness. If Donald Trump has indeed done something illegal, why are they investigating it now? How come they didn't investigate it when it came out? Why did they go headstrong in the beginning to go after him about this? Why didn't they do it? Why now? You know what? I'm going to explain it a little bit more when we come back. We're about to take a break. You listen to Cities 92.9. The dudes talking blue. It's normal. Be right back. All right, YouTube. Appreciate y'all tuning in right now. Do me a favor. Don't forget to double check to make sure that you are subscribed. YouTube is unsubscribing people from my channel without their consent. I have somebody right here, Bird Lady Speaks, somebody I know for a fact that follow my channel, somebody who would be on the panel and on other panels. She just posted right there, as you guys can see. She says, I've been unsubscribed from twice. I told you guys, YouTube does that. That's what YouTube does. They do that. That's how petty they are. I got somebody right here that said, I'm not unsubscribed, but they hid the notifications. Yep, you can turn your notifications on and they won't even notify you that I'm live. Right now, folks, we're on a break. So when we're on a break, I don't really speak about the information that I was just talking about. That way, when I come back, the audience that's listening in from the radio station via their radio, they won't miss anything. What's going on, Braveheart? I'll read some of you guys' comments off when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This, here at Cities 92.9 and News Talking Bloomington Normal, where you can call in at area code 309-451-9299. You can also text the show at that same number. Come check me out on YouTube, right? Go onto YouTube, type in Modern Renaissance Man. When you do that, you will see me live in the studio where I can interact with you, and you interact with me, all right? So before we took the break, we was talking about this whole ordeal that's going down with Donald Trump. And we have a lot of people that's tuning in right now. Some of them left comments on here. Becky Boo says, oh, yeah, a little bit of popping. We got Althea, who says, laughing my boop off, funny. Already tried that, in case they didn't know, huh? The Deadwood said, oh, Antifa or the deep state has started propaganda calling for people to the streets if Trump is arrested. Someone said, arrested for what? He's being so-called possibly arrested because of possibly they're saying that he paid out hush money to Stormy Daniels, who they're calling an actress, but she's a certain type of actress. So then I have a comment here from Zeta who says, so I do not think a president has ever been arrested or an ex-president. Then we got also Althea who says, why the boop is Hunter still not in jail or even tried? So folks, yeah, people are definitely tuned in right now via the internet and leaving comments on here, and I really appreciate you guys all doing this. But as we all know, there definitely is a bias in how things are being portrayed right now. There is a bias with the media. There's a bias with talk shows. If you don't believe me, just go watch those crazy witches on The View. I mean, they are obsessed and always have been obsessed with Trump. They've been obsessed with everything that this woke rhetoric and ideology has been pushing out, that everything and everybody is racist. Everything is racist. Water is racist. The weather is racist. Reading, math is racist. You know, everything is just racist, and all of it is Donald Trump's fault. None of this was like this and ever has been like this if it weren't for Donald Trump ever running and winning the presidency. Everything is Donald Trump's fault. The reason why I'm here talking on the radio right now is Donald Trump's fault. Everything is Donald Trump's fault. So anyway, that's a good question that got posed right there. You notice that they didn't go after Hunter Biden as hard as they're going after Donald Trump with this. They didn't even go after Biden and his dealings with the stuff that was going on that that his son Hunter Biden had going on as well, regarding his laptop, regarding a payout, make sure the big guy gets his cut, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, that's all propaganda. Oh, that's all Russia stuff. That's all. But then when it comes to Trump, oh, it's definitely true. Now, folks, let me make this clear. Let me make this clear. I keep telling people that I'm not for the right side or the left side. I'm for everything that's right. And again, let me repeat this. If Donald Trump indeed done something illegal, then it should have the same exact type of justice that anybody should have bestowed upon them if they're doing some type of illegal things like this. That's across the whole board. You have to ask yourself, why are they coming so hard at Donald Trump? And Donald Trump has made many statements. He said, they're coming for you, but I'm just in their way. He's made that statement before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys cannot see that ever since this new, I mean, people on the internet right now, or even people out there listening right now, can you tell me what type of great and awesome progress we have made since the new administration has come in? I want to know, like, what good has happened? Have we increased? Have we decreased? Have things gotten better? Have things got worse? You can sit here and try to blame the COVID and all that stuff like that all day long, but no, come on, let's just keep it real. Keep it real. But you know what they're not going to do? They're not going to show you guys the real videos of people going around, such as myself and other influencers who have actually have videos of going around and asking people of all sorts of socioeconomic levels how they feel about their current state, how they feel about their current finances. And for some odd reason, these people end up saying things like, man, when Trump was here, we didn't have this going on. Oh, man, when Trump was here, I had more money in my pocket. When Trump was here, we didn't have all this going on. But then yet you have the administration that's in there right now saying, it's not our fault that this is going on. We stepped into this mess. All this stuff was all, no, it wasn't. No, it was not. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just another witch hunt to go after Donald Trump, to keep him from running for presidency again. This is what this is all about. And this is all that it is about, ladies and gentlemen, is politics being played to get Trump out of the way, because Trump poses a threat. Trump has a huge following of people. I don't care what y'all want to call them. It went from being a MAGA crowd to being what they call it, an extreme MAGA crowd, or I forget, they use I think I might be saying the word wrong. I forget what it's called, but they use another extreme word for being like he's a mega MAGA extreme. I mean, they got levels. He's a super saiyan MAGA. You know what I'm saying? He's an ultra instinct MAGA. He's a super duper uber MAGA. All these things are changing. They make it look like it's a cult. Why wouldn't you love somebody that seemed like all they cared about was the country that you live in? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you love a president that cared about America, that put America first? Why wouldn't you? Right now, based off the actions of this current administration, they are showing you guys. Appreciate that from the internet, from Steve Cheney, who said ultra mega MAGA. Yeah, I think that's what they call it, ultra MAGA. But why wouldn't you want to stand with a president who puts the country first? In other words, put you first. I'm going to relate this to something that's kind of like when you can put this on a personal level. When you are a father, who do you put first? Who do you want to thrive? Who do you want to persevere? You're going to say your children. Absolutely right. You are going to make sure that your home is taken care of first before you make sure everything else around your home, like your neighbors, your other family members, you're going to make sure that yours is taken care of first. That seems only logical. That seems very, like, common sense will tell you, right? So when President Trump was the president, America seemed to have had a sense of stability. America seemed to have a sense of pride. We still had a sense of nobody can touch us. Nobody can mess with us. You know what I'm saying? We stood tall. We held our heads high. And although people still had their comments, because just like any president that becomes a president, you're going to have things that's going to be said. You're going to have people that hate him. You're going to have people that like him, the whole nine. But what you cannot sit here and deny is that President Trump was not putting America first. President Trump made sure that America was taken care of first. You guys, there are numerous of videos online right now that displays Donald Trump across seas talking to these other world leaders, and he is just spitting it out to them like, no, because da-da-da-da-da, and America's going to get theirs. No, too far along. You guys have been doing this for the past such and such time. You guys have been doing this for the past 20 some odd years. Now we're taking that away. We're making this all about America. No, we're going to make our own stuff here in America. No, we're going to drill over here in America. Everybody's going to rely on us here. America, America, America. Now you can say what you want to, but this new administration that's in there right now, can y'all show me? I don't care if you're on the internet, if you're out there listening to me right now, whether you agree or disagree with Biden or Trump, I don't care. But can you show me right now, based off this current administration's actions, that they really are putting America first? In other words, you. All this dang on talking before he became the president about, oh, we're going to really just go and target and help black people. We're really going to target and go after and do these things. And guess what? Is it being done? Is it being done? Oh, I get it, because you let some drag queens come into the school. That's your way of helping them. Oh, because you keep on bringing up the same old rhetoric, the same old playbook about everything being racist, and you guys are going to address it. That's you helping black people. Oh, because you actually make the statements of saying things like black people still can't get an education. They don't know how to use a goddamn. That's a smack in the face of black people. Should have been insulted by that. Don't know how to use the internet. They don't even know how to use a computer. We're going to make sure that we're going to give. But then they're allowing all these folks from the southern border to pour in. They're allowing all these folks from the southern border to pour in. Gave buku amounts of money to Ukraine. Do you know what that money could have done for the so-called black community? Do you know what that could have done for certain schools that still exist in ran down areas where black people live? Do you know what they could have done for those schools? Do you know what it could have done for those kids that you see throughout the dang on state, whether you live in most states that got like, a very urban area? These kids are all standing like on the corners trying to sell candy, trying to sell certain things because they need uniforms and all this stuff. Do you know what that money could have done for them? So what I'm saying to you is they're showing you based off their actions exactly what they think about you. Whether you're black or whether it doesn't matter. Americans, period. They are showing you what they think of you. I don't even see how some folks can still, well, Ty, we're just trying to set the standard and help other countries, but we got to help ourselves first. That's only logical. That only makes sense to people with a brain. Anyway, folks, we're coming up on another break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Cities 92.9, the News will talk of Bloomington Normal. In case y'all don't know this, I'm in the radio, and some of you guys that might just be tuning in right now, I'm live right now in the radio station, and we're on a commercial break right now. So what I do, I don't really talk too much about the things that we're talking about right now. That way, when I do come back live on the radio, the people that are out there listening audience still will be able to know what I was talking about, if y'all get my drift. But I appreciate you guys all being in here. I'm gonna write a note down here. I got a question real quick for all of you guys, though.
I'm live streaming tomorrow on my show, and now I logged in on my podcast show on here, so now I'm commenting from that one. So
okay,
I'm gonna push people to hopefully listen tomorrow to that.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Speechless. On YouTube, I have my YouTube name is @SpeechlessKev. Is my
It's
@SpeechlessKev is like the YouTube handle.
I have a question for everybody that's in here right now. All of you guys that are in here right now, is everyone in here subscribed to my channel? Then also, I want to share another channel for you guys. I'm gonna share a channel with my producer in here right now, Kev, who has his channel as well. I want y'all to check this out right here. If y'all can see this, you should be able to see the screen right here. Kev is in here with me right now.
What's up, everybody?
Y'all heard him? He's producing for me right now, but I want you guys to come in there and go over there and check him out. Go subscribe to his channel. Pushes out good information. Got fire in him. The whole nine, folks.
Going live tomorrow, 3 to 5.
He is going live tomorrow between 3 and 5, the same time like today, but tomorrow he'll be on at 3 to 5. So make sure y'all go and check that out. Okay, you say you subscribed since Ryan Upchurch, Creek Squad. I heard that. Appreciate that. But there it is right there. You guys said he needs to go on Rumble too. I'm pretty sure he's going to get that all together as well. But that's Kev's channel right there. Go over there and check him out. What's going on, Sin from California?
Althea Paulette. You know Paulette? Hi, Paulette.
Look at her. She said, "Oh, Kevin."
That's funny.
Ohio in the house. We're about to come back here in a second, folks. And we are back, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This, here at Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal. The phone number here, if you would like to call in and state something, is 309-451-9299. And you can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio on YouTube, go over to YouTube. Type in Modern Renaissance Man. When you type that in, you will see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me. And I will be able to read off some of your comments, yada, yada, peanut butter. All right. So go ahead and do that, folks. Before we took the break, I was letting you guys know that based off of actions is a way of you being able to tell how a person, an organization, an entity, whatever it is, feels about you. And I asked the question, this current administration, based off of their actions on how they're treating Americans, what is that saying about how they care about you? It's saying a lot. And this is all came as a branch off of me talking about Donald Trump announcing that he may be arrested this coming week due to allegations of him paying hush money to actress Stormy Daniels for allegations of him possibly supposedly having an affair with her back in 2006. Now, a statement that Donald Trump made, I think, has some huge significance, folks. And that statement is he is calling for people to protest. I am going to keep this 100% real with you guys. I wouldn't. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. I wouldn't. You know that phrase that President Bush messed up? He said, you know, we got a sign down here in Texas. Fool me once. Your fault. Fool me twice. You shouldn't did it. No. Yeah. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Americans, if y'all are listening to this on the internet, here in Bloomington Normal, don't. I'm telling you right now, don't. If they were able to take what happened on January 6th and convince a bunch of folks that this was an insurrection, it was the worst thing that we ever seen. It was worse than 9/11. If they were able to take that and have all these evil, woke, mainstream media news stations put this information out like people just came in there and just started a revolution, just killing folks and slaughtering folks, what do you think they're going to do with this? Donald Trump is calling for violence again. Donald Trump is calling for violence again. What do you think they're going to do with this? Take a wild guess. So I would urge you guys, I get it. I think one of the best ways we can protest is by doing things by the internet. And also, I guarantee you your money back. If anybody such as myself or other influencers will get on their platforms and we all talk about if it happens, if we get on there and talk about Donald Trump being arrested and we start having these panels about what everybody else think about it, I guarantee you they're going to censor the living daylights out of us. They're going to censor the panels. They're going to, there's been some connection issues. I guarantee you it's going to happen. But right now, folks, while this is going on, we did have somebody that called in, and we're going to address that call. I hope you guys are able to hear this as well. So here we go. Caller, you're on Cities 92.9. This is Ty.
You're from Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm.
Ty, I have to agree with you. Nobody should be protesting. Americans need to stop falling for the okie doke. Because, for as much as I respect President Trump, you know who President Trump has not helped? The January 6th people. But what I would really like to comment on is, and I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, if Americans don't like the way America is functioning right now, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Because we have let all of this happen. They have been right out in front of our faces about it, and we have been complicit in it. And what you tolerate always continues. So why people keep cheering on politicians not talking about the Republicans or Democrats, I'm talking about them as a whole, is just staggering to me, because they have made you more poor and less free. So my advice to Americans is, if you don't like what's happening, look in the mirror, because you're the ones that let it happen.
Wow, that is some really, really good stuff that you just pushed out there. And you know what? I think this is going to be another test. I think it's going to be another test to show how people that go around and do all this talking and they make statements that sound good as a talking point, talking about how I'm an American and we will not let American fall. We're going to stand. We're going to this. And actually, me, myself, I'm like, I'm just keeping it real with you. Some of those people that do that, I'm like, you're not going to do nothing. You're just going to make a statement and that's it. You're not going to really you know what I'm saying? When these conversations come up, are you scared to talk about it around your neighbors if they bring it up, or if you bring it up? Are you scared to talk about it to anybody that might be within your group of social people that you hang out with? Because that's how things get done. But what people like to do, people like to make statements and not really do anything about it. Because this right here, I tell you, we just had a whole huge mental psyops ran on us with that C-19, and that let me know a whole lot about people's mindset and what they would do come to this. But I don't think they can I don't think a lot of people understand the ramifications, how important what's going on right now. Like you said, getting hit with the okie doke. I don't think they understand the ramifications of what this would cause if they continue to fall for it.
Well, in my opinion, this is, and only my opinion, Americans have fallen for many okie dokes, right? And over the last 2 years, they have fallen for okie dokes in perpetuity. But the biggest okie doke that we have fallen for is that we're taught to hate each other instead of hating the people that have been lying to us. Now, if you look at the banking situation, the energy situation, inflation, what needs, in my opinion, what needs to happen is Americans are only going to save Americans. We're going to save each other, because in the end, the elected elites are not, nobody's coming to save you. It's going to be us taking care of us. And the faster we realize that, and the faster we stop being pitted against each other, the better off we're going to be. I'm an American. I love my country, and I love the American citizen. And I want every American citizen to have a good life and be happy, lead the life that they want. That's what I want for people. What I'm not about is being pitted, and I'm a white woman. What I'm not about is having somebody tell me that I'm less than, or anybody else is less than. Nobody's less than. We're all Americans. You are my brother, I.
You are 100% right. That is 100% right. And you know what? You just right there. I'm glad. I know that there are a lot of people out there that think just like that, because we can see BS. We can see what they're trying to do. Now, the question is going to come in is this, because this is something that seems really hard for a lot of folks to do. I know the answer to this, and I'm asking this as a rhetorical question. Are there individuals, and are there people, and are there groups, and are there organizations out there that know how to come together with that one thing in mind, saying we are not going to let this happen. We've seen what y'all done, and this is what we're going to do to actually push back?
That day comes, I would be more than happy to stand with you or any other American to let these people know that this is our country, this is God's country, and we're not having it.
Absolutely. Hey, I really appreciate you calling in and giving those awesome words, that awesome encouragement, and hopefully we hear back from you again. All right, I appreciate you, sis, and God bless you. All right, folks. Shout out to the caller there who called all the way from Pennsylvania to drop those gems on us, and that is 100% right. As you got done hearing, she said, "You are my brother, no less than you're no different than my own brother," and she is absolutely right. They have this strategic way. They have this strategic way of dividing us. That's why every time you hear anything that goes on, they're finding some shape, form, of fashion to keep us divided. Folks, they got black people to believe that math is racist. They got black people to believe that writing is racist and reading is racist. Can y'all believe that?
Did you hear the new one?
What's the new one?
The new one this last week is that from a Loyola Chicago professor is that organizing your pantry is racist. That's the new one.
I literally just heard that right there. Y'all hearing this? That's Kev right there. Again, y'all can go check him out. He has his own YouTube channel. Kev, how do you say your last name, Kev? Because people keep asking.
It's like Ferris Bueller.
But
just spelled radically different.
So when he's spitting out the truth, he only doing it because he's a Ferris. But I just got this as well, man. Professor claims organized pantries are rooted in racist and sexist social structures. The new pantry porn trend is a modern status symbol for white women, the Chicago professor said. And of course it's going to be Chicago. Why wouldn't it be Chicago? Why wouldn't it be Chicago?
The sad thing though, it's Loyola, which is a Christian university. That's the saddest thing.
Well, Christianity is going to be racist too.
Highly likely. Yep.
Being a Christian is racist too, because that's a white man's doctrine. It's a white man's religion. So you just can't win for losing.
Yeah.
Cannot win for losing. This says right here that associate professor of marketing Gina Drenton noticed a recent uptick in what she calls pantry porn, a plethora of social media videos where women show off their fully stocked kitchen and methodically organized home supplies. Historically, Drenton says that tidiness is intertwined with the status of a person's messiness, often breeds assumptions about a person's capacity to be responsible and respectable. Can you believe that? That's some nonsense. And we're going to talk about that more when we come back after this break, folks. You are listening to Cities 92.9, the news that talk of Bloomington Normal. Be right back.
Think you might be pregnant? Visit the Pregnancy Resource Center.
Nope, thank God.
I know I'm not. Well, are you sure? Because men can get pregnant, so.
Nowadays, yeah, I can.
Journey with the $10 super chat says, do agree with the caller, but my opinion is America died years ago. They are systemically collapsing the world economy to bring digital dollar. Americans won't do anything. Yeah, Jennifer. Jennifer says, so now black people can't be organized. No. See, yeah, we can't be organized because that's it's racist to be organized. I'm gonna hit on that some more when we come back. We have unsolicited boss in the house. Unsolicited security bosses in the house. God bless you for chiming in and throwing out the super chat right there. Everybody, I'm going to bring up her page as well because I recommend her to anybody to go over there and check out her channel as well. Let's see.
It's not here. I thought it was your bumper music too, but it wasn't.
It did it again to his lifetime, didn't it? All right, folks. So what you guys are getting ready to see right here is unsolicited security boss YouTube channel as well. Great woman of God. Great. I'm telling you right, I'm serious, and I'm not just saying this to blow smoke. She knows I'm not. But this channel right here with this woman, I recommend any of you ladies to go check that out. Men too, because she is all about being a feminine woman. I'm not talking about no feminist, the radical feminist. She is all about being a woman, being a wife, being a mother to your children. And I highly recommend her. I watches her, but I highly recommend you guys to go over there and subscribe to her channel. I'm not kidding you. Highly recommend it. Great topics. She always is ladylike, always feminine, like how men like women to be. Check her out. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Cities 92.9. I am Ty Smith, aka Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same phone number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me, go over to YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man. You will see a thumbnail, and when you click on that thumbnail, there I am waving at you on YouTube. I'm looking at you, you looking at me, and we're having a good looking time. All right, so before I took that break, I was just telling you guys how a bunch of nonsense can just be brought into our systems, into our minds, into our brains through social media, through the news, and all they're doing is creating a whole bunch of division. So before I took the break, we were saying how a school up in Chicago is pretty much putting it out there that being clean and tidy and neat and organized is racist. But continue reading this. Quotes, cleanliness has historically been used as a cultural gatekeeping mechanism to reinforce status distinctions based on a vague understanding of niceness. Nice people with nice yards and nice houses make for nice neighborhoods. What lies beneath the surface of this anti-messiness? Can you believe that? Black people, if y'all ain't listening, can y'all even read through the lines on that? 1 minute they're saying, we need to help black people. They're disenfranchised. They're in impoverished areas. They're in places that still got lead paint. Old pipes are busted. They're drinking dirty water. They don't have good toiletry. It's just so disgusting in these places. And this is a result of white people because of our inherited racism. It's because we have white privilege, because of redlining. Look at the situation that the black people are living in. It's so disgusting. Then you're going to turn around and say, you know, they're being clean. You know, they're being clean and having a good looking yard. You know, they're having a good looking neighborhood. You know, they're having your house nicely organized. You know, they're having your pantry nicely organized. You know, they're having things set up nicely in your home. You know, that's racist, right? Are y'all even hearing this? In other words, stay nasty and dirty and unorganized, Negroes. Because that's what you're supposed to be. Because anything the opposite of that is trying to be clean or anything like that, that's racist. And white people, y'all should know better.
Well, Ty, here's the thing I got to add to this is if you saw my room in my apartment, you would think I was a Black Panther. Based on all this, because I am one of the least organized people of all time. So I got my fist right up there. Black power, everybody.
See there? Hey, look, he representing. He's representing, y'all. He's relating. He's putting his hands to the plow. He just are y'all hearing this? This is the nonsense that they're pushing out. This is the rhetoric. This is the crazy ideology that's being pushed out right now in our world. They're finding all kinds of ways to divide us, all to simply destroy us. Women against men, men against women, black against white, white against black, people that got money against people with no money, people that have no money against people with money. And what that lady from Pennsylvania just got done saying, I wholeheartedly agree. She said, did y'all hear what she said? She said, we're so focused, and they got us focused on what we're doing amongst each other, that we're not even asking questions about the one who is causing it. So it's one of those things that I love. I think that Thomas Sowell said, great guy, love the guy. He said, when people ask me the question, if the glass is half empty or is it half full? He said, well, the person that holds the answer to that question is the one who poured it. That's what's not being asked. Who poured it in? And I can tell you whether it's half empty or full, because the person who poured it is the one that holds the answer. But we don't ask those questions. You go along with the rhetoric. You go along with the ideology. These people, y'all, I'm telling you, listen to me. They think that you are so, I'm not saying this to be condescending. They say this, and it should make you feel like they think that you guys are stupid, because that's what they feel about you. They can tell you Americans anything. And they learned through this past 3 years of having that C-19 go around, they learned based off of your psychological response to what they told you to do, they learned that they can control you. They learned they can get you to do what they want you to do. They had some of you idiots in the stores fighting over tissue. Y'all are fighting over tissue. Beating people up, knocking old women over and everything, fighting over tissue when the C-19 came around. I don't know how this happened. They had y'all killing each other over a chicken sandwich. A chicken sandwich. Yeah, I got to go to Popeyes to give me that chicken sandwich, know what I'm saying? I'm going to Popeyes chicken sandwich, and whoever gets in my way, they don't want to mess with me. Oh, man, I've been wanting that chicken sandwich, man. Everybody talking about that chicken. C-19 comes around. Oh, got to get to the stores, get the tissue. What the heck did tissue have to do with anything? And some of y'all still can't answer this today. I cannot for the life of me understand that you got somebody like me who's in medicine that was sitting there telling you folks that when you get C-19, it's not going to have anything to do with you using the bathroom. Oh, no, but everybody on TV rushing them stores, MRM. Why is everybody running to the stores then if it ain't idiots? It has nothing to do with the tissue. Oh, no, man. I just know that everybody getting it, so you must be wrong. And all those companies, whether it's Sherman, Angel Soft, whoever you want to call it, was just sitting back and cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chinging off of you. What are you saying that for, Ty? It was a big, huge psychological psyops to show that you idiots without a brain to even think logically or critically can be controlled so long as they push it through propaganda and sensationalism. That's why this whole ordeal that's going on with Donald Trump is the same thing, because you know who's going to respond to Donald Trump in a negative way? The same people that got to respond to Donald Trump the same way they did whenever he became president. They have such hatred for Donald Trump that you don't even care that this country's been ran to hell so long as Donald Trump don't get in there because I don't like him. But when Donald Trump was president, your life was better. Just keep it real. You didn't like Donald Trump for the sake that you didn't like Donald Trump. He's arrogant. I don't like the way he does that side smile smirk. I just can't stand the man. He's an actor. What actor becomes a president? Ronald Reagan. And y'all sit there and say that he was one of the greatest. You see what I'm saying? But they got you guys so hung up in disliking the person that person is sitting there doing the best for you. And despite of you disliking and hating Donald Trump, pissed off at Donald Trump, hate the man guts, the man still had your interest at best is what he had. You can deny that all you want to, but the actions of what Donald Trump did while he was president states otherwise. But all the president y'all love so much right now, Joe Biden, his actions is definitely showing that he love y'all. Allowing drag queen, come on, y'all, let's get real now. Drag queens coming to school and reading to your kids, going to so-called family-friendly, sexual drag queen things on stages, going to letting kids go to gay pride parades, where there's a bunch of hypersexualization stuff going on, telling you that reading, writing, and math is racist, telling you to your face that if you don't vote for him, that you're not black, telling you that, oh, the number one thing is going to be when I become president is to go and make sure that black people are going to have the best. Yeah, what happened, black people? Huh? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. The southern border happened. The focus is on them. I can tell you what happened. Ukraine happened. The focus is on them. All the people that are listening to me right now, y'all do the same thing that y'all do. What y'all would do to me, you do the same thing to Trump. You'll be pissed off at me because I'm spitting facts at you versus being pissed off at the person who got you in the position that you're in right now. I didn't put you in that position. Your life is not miserable as a result of me and what I'm saying. What you like to do is this. You like to get ticked off that I'm spitting these facts out versus being ticked off at what I'm spitting these facts out about. The fact is, majority of America has already stated that we are in a worse position. Majority of Americans already stated that this current administration is not doing a good job. But y'all don't care. You don't care. Because guess what? Donald Trump. Everything, Donald Trump. Donald Trump this. Donald Trump that. I got a headache today. Donald Trump. It's a Donald Trump induced headache. Yeah, you got a DIH. You got a Donald Trump induced headache. And that's a real thing brought on by climate change. Oh, don't even let me get on that. Greta Thunberg condition. Whatever her name is. Greta Thunberg syndrome.
Hi there. This is Ty Smith's show.
Folks, if y'all cannot understand and see that you are being coerced on a subconscious level to be pulled in to making your whole life evolve around social media so that they know that on a psychological level, they can control you. They are learning who you are. They're learning what you like, what you don't like. They got a camera behind your phone. They can say what they want to. They're watching what you smile at, what you laugh at, what you even like at, because they're learning your behavior and can identify you to where they can put whatever they want to in your face because they knows what make you tick. I'm telling you, it's a huge psychological psyops that they're doing on you. But you got to be clever. And we'll hit on that some more after we take this break, folks. Be back for the second half of the show because it's going to get better, all right? You're listening to Citizen 92.9, the news, the talk of Bloomington Normal. All right, folks. So we are on a break right now, okay? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop a link, okay? And when I drop this link, it's going to allow you guys to come on to the panel. But understand this. I will be able to see you in the green room or in the back room, but I'm only going to be able to bring one person up one at a time, okay?
No cussing.
Say it again.
No cussing. Remind them, no cussing.
Big time. All right, folks, so I'm getting ready to drop this link, okay? Now, understand this. If you plan on coming on this panel, there is to be no cussing. We can get hit $100,000 for profanity. So there's the link right there. And if you do come on this panel, I'm gonna have to make sure that you are a real person. I need to see who you are because I'm not about to get trolled.
Oh man, I want to do to it. You been watching March Madness at all?
Yeah.
I had Duke going to the Final Four, and it looks like they're probably going to lose this one.
It's beyond it looks like.
I don't know, man. There was some crazy. Did you see that Virginia game?
Yeah, that was pretty
crazy.
Wild. That was wild, man.
Because they were down by like 6 at the last minute, and then in like
that was crazy.
Last 20 seconds, they really popped off.
When things like that happen, you like, okay, it was meant for that to happen. Like it's just no.
Or like Purdue yesterday losing. That was crazy. Oh, I still got this caller on hold. Hi there, this is Kevin Ferris with Ty Smith on Cities 92.9. How can I help you?
I'll highlight the link, everybody. Don't forget that. Did I drop the link? Don't forget, folks, if you click that link to come onto the channel, make sure no cussing, okay? Miss Kim.
Totally. I will let him know. Thank you so much for calling in.
Miss Kim, when you say what does it mean to be trolled, that means, for example, if I bring you up to come into the panel, I want people to show their face and wave at me and give me a thumbs up, because what happened is somebody can come on without showing their face and they can leave all kinds of weird things. They can leave just like let's just say, for example, if they left a recording that the minute I brought them up, the recording was just a bunch of cussing, or it can be making like pornographic sounds, things like that. So that's why whenever people come up, I need to see what he is. So WA, I see you in the background there, sir. Can you wave for me? Okay, I got you. So when we come back on, I'll be able to bring you up. Did they just want to leave a comment? Or?
Yeah, it was just the reason they'll be voting for Trump this next time around is because he's open and you can tell what he's thinking. Other politicians are secretive and superficial. That's mainly what they said. They wanted you to know.
Now, the way that we had it to where Because you have this pulled up too, right?
Yep,
The
that's
heel.
what I have right here, and so
Okay.
I can make it all recorded.
So everybody on YouTube will be able to hear him. And
Yep.
Sweet.
But there's you don't have a call or anything.
Yeah. She just wanted to leave a comment.
But I can do it to where it's coming up on here.
So we still on the break right now, folks. When we come back for the break, we'll continue on with this, and then I'll bring up WA Crime Net. Let me see. I'll post the link again. Everybody out here that's all you guys right now that's listening to this right now, are all you guys subscribed to my channel and you got the notifications turned on, like you click the bell and then you got the notification set to all notifications. Make sure you do that. I'm only saying it because some folks saying they are subscribed to the channel, and then I look on here and some folks say, hey, I'm about to do it right now, and then I don't see that the number has changed. So I think I'm joking when I say YouTube suppresses stuff.
Eating cool and we take pride on the
All right, B Bags, I see you in the background there. Can you wave for me? There we go. Okay, appreciate it.
By corporate preferred lists. 2 years for John's in Lexington.
It's better than that. You're gonna get out there.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna do great. Show them who you are. Good afternoon, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299. Again, that phone number here is 309-451-9299. And here's the thing that you can do as well. You can go onto YouTube and type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you will see me live in the studio where I interact with you and you can interact with me. All right, folks. So before we took that long break right there, you guys heard me going on this whole rant about what's going on in our country right now. And we have a whole lot of people that called in and left comments. And we have a whole lot of people currently right now that's on YouTube leaving comments. And we have a few people that have chimed in via the internet. And we're going to bring somebody on right now. So we're going to start this here with, we're going to just call him WA. WA is in the house with us right now. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. First time subscriber, first time to your show today, and man, I've been listening to you and just I love it.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So,
what's something you would like to add to this?
You know, I grew up basically in the hood, right down in California, and you know, in 2015 when I started seeing Trump come on board. Now here it is. My grandfather was the Democratic chairman of the board of California. You know, me growing up, so I've been around Democrats all my life. You know, to me, back then is what the Republican Party or the Conservative Party is today. It's like switched up, you know. But people aren't seeing that, and then you got all this rhetoric going on, that you hear all these people on the far left, putting out to everybody, and got them believing it. And I sit here today, man. I'm sick to my stomach, watching what Trump goes through. That man loves this country. He absolutely loves this country. And people, if they can't see it, I don't know what else to tell them. I got friends that's not my friends anymore just because I voted for Trump. And that's ridiculous. I love everybody, and they know that. And that's what's crazy about this. But, my main thing is, about this protest thing. When I saw that this morning, I'm like, oh, here we go. Because there's a lot of people that's going to go at the Capitol and act stupid. I already know that. And I hope they don't. But with that said, go grab your flag, man. Go stand on a corner somewhere and try to talk to people. I've tried to talk to, out here in Washington, it's a tough deal, man. I'd be on the corner by myself holding my flag while people driving by throwing crap at me, calling me a racist, and they don't even know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care. I'm American. I spent my entire life serving this country. I started out 17 years old, went in the military, did 10 years of service, got out. I became a juvenile probation officer in Salinas, California, in the hood, where gangs are just murdering each other left and right, and treated them kids like they were my own, trying to help them. I went from there. I became a part-time firefighter and a full-time corrections officer in the state of California, Soledad Corrections Facility, and I did that till I retired back in 2013. And today I'm just American, man. I love this country. I love everything about it. What's the opportunity it's gave me, at 17 years old, looking at prison, because that's where I was going. If I didn't do something drastic, I was able to get into the military, and that changed my life, and today I help veterans get their benefits, volunteering. I'm not saying this all to make myself look good or none of that. I'm saying that because if people don't get up off their butts and do something for this country, what are you going to leave to your grandkids, your kids and your grandkids? Just like what you're saying about this. I mean, I got to be careful and not cuss, but what's going on in our schools, and people coming in there, this transgender story out. How come people ain't outraged about that? Why is people bringing their kids? I've been in San Francisco, driving down the road, didn't know that this parade was going on and was at a stoplight, and people crossing in front of me, butt naked. And I'm like, man, if I did that, I'd be arrested. Why are they allowing this? It's disgusting. If we don't get back to God and I mean, some sort of faith in this country, we're in trouble, man. And another big issue I got is the churches. Get about your churches, man. If if you don't get out there and tell people about God and teach them of what God has and the love God has for you, what are we gonna do, man? You're just scared. Quit being scared of these people. There's very few of them, and they're running over our country right now. I mean, I'm just hoping and I'm praying that my grandkids have a decent country to live in, man. I mean, there's a lot of bad about this country, crime. That's why it says Washington Crime Network. That's why I have a little Facebook, page that I put out the crime that goes on. I started it 2 years ago, and I just post out there all the crime happening. Seattle used to be we moved up here right after we retired. Seattle was beautiful, beautiful city, just like San Francisco was beautiful. Man, I don't go out there. I'm armed everywhere I go today, because it's crazy. People are getting shot left and right. The crime rate's through the roof. You can't go outside at night there. You're going to get mugged, So I put it out there on my Facebook page, and I started to, get into this YouTube thing. man, I'm old, man. I'm trying to learn. So little by little, I'm gonna start a YouTube page about that sort of stuff. But you know, there's a whole bunch going on in this country, but we can't fix it all at once. We've got to take a small bite at a time, and that's what my question is. You, if not protest, what do we do? You know, what is folks going to do? They can't sit at home, you know, because that's where we're at today. You know, I know, but you know, that's my question to everybody.
All right. You pose a really good question there, and I'm gonna drop you off right here real quick and answer that, but you don't have to go anywhere. To me, the answer to this is what I meant about this whole ordeal with Donald Trump right now is this. I think that based off of what we saw happen during the January 6th ordeal, I think that we need to do it from home, because check this out. I'm gonna tell y'all why. More people, because of everything that happened within these past 2 years, more people have become accustomed to being online on their computer, watching the news, in their homes, on their TVs, watching social media, watching their favorite YouTubers or whatever, whatnot. So while that is going on, imagine that if this happens to happen to Donald Trump, our protest will be having the attention of everybody that we know that's online. So more people will be tuned in to all these different channels, because being out there in the streets, the news can spin that how they want to, which we all saw what they did on January 6th. They spend it how they held back footage, so much stuff. But imagine if, I know Donald Trump said protest, which I said, I know, let's not do that. We seen what they did. But if Donald Trump gets arrested and you have all these big time YouTubers, folks that are conservative, folks that are thought to be conservative. I mean, there are tons of folks out there that you guys don't even know about, that you wouldn't even think that they are all backing up Donald Trump because you didn't see them out there in the streets. But I've been on several panels of numerous, and I'm just telling y'all just because, numerous of black people, numerous of colored people who all are for Trump. But you would not know that because you didn't see them out there in the streets. You didn't see them out there voting. So my thing is this: if all these different individuals and these young folks and all these folks have been so accustomed to being online, being on social media, if Trump gets arrested, these people are going to be inclined to tune in to whoever their favorite YouTubers are, or their favorite Instagram people are, or their favorite people on Twitter. They're going to be tuned in to all those different stations and listening in on what they're talking about, or what all of us are talking about. And I think that right there can be something that can be completely great, because they see that we're not on here trying to twist anything. We're just on here telling the truth, showing you guys the truth, giving you guys the truth. Unlike what they did on January 6th, they only gave you little bitty snippets of videos here and there, right? And then next thing you know, what we're finding out right now, we found out that a lot of this, most of it was, we knew it anyway, but it was a lie. We got to see the video. Well, Americans shouldn't see the video because they're not smart enough to comprehend exactly what's going on. A smack to the face to American folks. But we're getting ready to take a break here real quick, and we will be back to answer some more questions, have more people on the panel, folks. Be right back. All right, so I still see you guys in the back. I got B-Bags, The Raven, Unifier TV. What's going on, bro? Got them all in the background here. So whenever we come back from off this break, I'll get you guys in that order. To everybody that's listening on YouTube right now, if you plan on coming on the panel, remember when you come on the panel, there's to be no cussing, because if they hit us with a $1,000 fine, I'm sending that bill to you. So we will be coming back after this break, folks. Appreciate you, Red. Don't forget also, if you're in this live chat, off to the side, if you haven't done so, I know you guys keep hearing me saying it. I'm gonna say it to you till I'm blue in the face. Well, I can't get blue, but you know. Double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from the channel. Make sure your bell notification is set to all notifications. Don't forget to hit the like button so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm, which is going to be suppressed because we're talking about Donald Trump. But yeah, still though. You guys will be the reason why this information get out. You guys will be, not me. I'm just putting it out there, but by all you individuals out there that's listening to this, if there's 200 some odd people in here listening right now, if you share this with one person, that's 400 and some odd people. You got this. And again, it's not about me or anything. It's about the information that's being pushed. It's about them hearing what a whole bunch of different Americans from all over the country are saying and think about this whole ordeal. It might have a good point right there. 1 Minute Man said playing into the demons' hands got us fearing to protest. What's going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you are listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299. You can text the show at that same number. Come check me out on YouTube right now while I'm live in the studio here at Cities 92.9 by going onto YouTube, typing in Modern Renaissance Man. When you type on my thumbnail, you will see me live in the studio where I can interact with you and you interact with me. And things are flowing up here really fast, folks. We got people that are making tons of comments here and people that are tuning in through the internet. We just had a Mr. Washington Crime Net drop some gems on us here and what he dealt with. And also, I just want to say to him as well while he's listening, thank him for his service and what he did. I cannot even imagine being someone that gave their life and stood proud and had this sense of pride about their country and served their country. And then for them to fight for all that, to see their country turning into what it is right now. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine. But also, while we took the break, we have some other people that popped up on the panel. We're going to address those people as well. So we're going to move on to our next person coming up here. And this is Mr. B Bags. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, how's it going?
All right. What would you like to add to this?
Well, I agree with a lot of things that WA had to say. And on top of that, too, a lot of things that I've noticed that, like, from growing up, my dad, my mom, we were all like pro-Democrat. Like, oh, yeah, they ain't crooked, you know, it's Republican, that kind of battle. And then as you get older and you start seeing more things and you start to interpret things and actually open your brain, think for yourself, not being told what to do. You start seeing the complete opposite. Now I'm starting to see, because both sides can play a certain agenda, but what I'm starting to see is now I am voting Republican because of everything that I am seeing and everything that's unfolding. Like this whole thing with what's going on with Trump and everything. All it is this little thing of like, oh, look over here, what's going on over here, while something else is going on in the background, what they don't want us to see. Cover-ups and stuff like that. Like here in Ohio, I live roughly about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away from the East Palestine incident, where all that stuff went on. And they are just trying to just hide it, push it under the rug, while Trump actually went out there. The moment he went out there, everybody else wanted to step up then. But then they want to say, oh, Trump was just trying to cover, you know, his butt. And no, that's not the case. He was actually trying to get something done that they wouldn't do. So it's always Trump this, Trump that. My mom telling me the whole time while he was in office that, oh, I can't stand him. I can't, everything that he says. And it's just like, there's some things, yes, I don't agree with. Things that he says, yes, he should not say. But that is any person at all. So it's just with this whole thing and with this new video that just came out, all that footage, it just opens up your mind to like, what else is going on that they don't want to tell us? Like there's some things that we can't speak upon, especially with the one thing that one word you ain't allowed to say, but you know, you got this, I don't even want to say if he's even a real doctor even, but going on there and just spitting things out his mouth that do you even want to believe him? Because from whenever I did research that he had the whole AIDS pandemic wrong. I mean, God, who knows what else? So it's like, who do you trust anymore? If your own government starts failing you, where do you turn? And then that's where that whole thing comes up, where we all had to keep our distance from one another, which I wasn't that. I was not dumb. I was not hip to that. And it's just, yeah, you just need to start. Everybody needs to open up their eyes. Everybody needs to come together as one, instead of doing this whole, like, he said, she said stuff, like with this whole, like, men running around in women's sports right now and stuff. I'm seeing this stuff unfold and I'm blown away. Like, the more and more stuff that they're covering on TV, it's to cover up what else is going on behind the scenes. So with that being said, it's just like, man, it's here. What we're dealing with here in Northeast Ohio with that whole incident with East Palestine, it's strange that a lot of our wells went down the moment that all happened. Now all of a sudden we have the acid rain. You should see the way the vehicles look around here now. It looks like it's got like mud speckles across the cars and stuff. And no, that's from the acid rain. It looks like fluid leaking on the ground, like from if there's like oil or even transmission fluid or even from the radiator fluid. Any of that stuff, you could see a film on the water from all the puddles. I've taken pictures of all that stuff, and it's strange that our well goes down, all of our neighbors around here in town, all that stuff goes down. Jobs, they shut all their drinking water down. What is going on?
Wow, man. Hey, that's a lot right there. You know what? I like what you said right here is a really important question right there. You said, if the government lies to us and we can't trust them, then who do we turn to? You know who we're supposed to turn to? We the people. That is what it was supposed to be initially. Remember, the whole purpose of them being there is to do what we the people want them to do, because it's supposed to be, for the people, by the people, right? So, but because of how the government has twisted things around, they twisted things around so, and I just hate to say it this way, it was very genius how they did this. Instead of us being the ones to run them, they have set things through social media, through all this psychological subconscious play of your mind. They have made things to where they made us feel like we have to rely on them. Like, we better be glad that they're helping us. We better be glad that they're doing what they're doing for us, when it's supposed to be the opposite around. They need to be glad that we put them in the position to do the things that we want them to do, that's going to be for the betterment of us. That's the trick that they've done. So now it's almost like they're saying, how dare you, freaking peasant, commoner Americans, how dare y'all try to come and tell us, the government, what we should do for you? We know what's best for you, dumb, ignorant folks. You don't know what's best for you. We know what's best for you. Oh, no, we don't live down there with you guys. We don't see the things that y'all see, but we still know what's best for you guys. That's the trick that they have done to a lot of us, to a lot of Americans, is they got you to feel like the government don't owe you anything, and you better be glad that they're there. So that's what I'm saying. And that's why they have so strategically put things in place where they make us fight among each other. That's why they're creating all these different scenarios, all these different avenues of division, because what it's going to do is going to cause us to focus on each other and point out things that we don't like about each other, versus saying, wait a minute, who's the one that instigated this fight? Let's see why this person is getting us to do, why is this person investigating us to fight? They don't want that. And that's why they keep on bringing up all these crazy, weird scenarios that pop up. That's why everything is starting to turn racist. That's why men aren't men anymore, women aren't men anymore. That's why even like right now with Trump, they know right now, man, we can get these people so easy right now. We got them to believe that tissue is going to be the answer for C-19. We got them to believe that putting that mask on their face is going to prevent them from getting it. We got them to believe that something that they're going to be injected to their arm that's never been studied, never been tested, where they don't know how it's going to interact with anything. We got them to believe that it actually is going to save them and help them. We got them to believe that although they did get 2 shots, We got them to believe that they wouldn't get it again. And even though they did get it again, we told them that if you get a third one, you won't. And they went and got the third one. But even at the third one, they got it again. But we got them to believe that if they get a fourth. See, when something like that happens, those people have geniusly figured out a way to play on people's mind to an extent to where no matter what they tell them, no matter what they do to them, these people have developed like I call it systemic Stockholm syndrome to the government. They know they want to make up excuses for their abuser. They don't want to call their abuser out, because guess what? The fact that they have taken on everything that their abuser have done to them, the fact that they have went along with what their abuser told them to go along with, they have so much pride and too much pride to want to admit that I was wrong, I messed up, I shouldn't have believed in it. You got some that's going to do it, but majority of them are not going to do it because of pride. So yeah, B-Bags, I appreciate you popping up on the panel and everything and spitting out those gems for us, man. Shout out to you, sir, and hopefully we can see you back here again.
Oh yeah, thank you.
All right, God bless, sir. All right, folks. Again, shout out to B-Bags right there. He tuned in from YouTube. That's how you guys were able to hear him. You guys, you can go over there right now over to YouTube, type in Modern Renaissance Man, and you can click this link to come onto the panel and state your words. And the listening audience here at Cities 92.9 in the Below No area would love to hear from you. We're getting ready to come up on another break here, but when we come back, we're going to address another caller that's waiting to come in and spit their words on there. So we're about to take a break, and we will be right back shortly. All right, Raven, I see you there in the background, and once we come back, I'll let you come on as well. Who do you think gonna get this one?
Kansas. I'm pretty set on Kansas winning this one. I think I have Kansas going until like the Elite Eight and then losing to UConn in the Elite Eight.
All right, folks. Appreciate y'all all tuning in again. If you are just kind of jumping over here and tuning in, yes, you can you can donate to Cash App there if you want to support the channel. What I do, look at here. If you donate, God bless you and great. If you don't donate, God bless you and great. There's people that send me emails when I go live, and I know, bless their heart, they're usually older people. They'll email and say, how can I send something to you financially, blah, 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 blah. And I'll write them back and say, you don't have to. They say, no, I want to send you something as a gift. Then I don't stop them from doing that, folks. I'm just letting you know that, but that's how you do it. This little ticker right here, you see right there, is moving right there. That's how you do it. It's the $, and then it's Modern Renaissance Man. Unifier, I usually go on Saturdays, 3 to 5, and this is at the this is the radio show I have that they that I got going on here. But yeah, I thought that you might have dropped off because of some type of connection issue, something like that. Yeah, but I'll definitely be able to get you on. Decatur has plumb died. Andrew, you sound like you close in the area, man. What do you know about Decatur? Redman, appreciate the super chat there. God bless you. Says, here's my $2. Thank you for doing your channel. Hey, I appreciate that, and God bless you for that. I want to give a shout out again to Journey Trial. Says, do agree with the caller. But my opinion is America died years ago. They're systemically collapsing the world economy to bring the digital dollar. Americans won't do anything. And also another shout out to Unsolicited Security Boss, who has a very good, respectable, upstanding channel that I think that everybody should go over there and check out. Very good woman there. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you guys, she is a woman that, like, if you have young daughters or whatever like that, they need to watch her channel. So the young women can grow up, be great women, great husband. I mean, great husband having women. There we go.
That was a close one.
Yeah, real close. Somebody's from Carbondale. All right. SIUC. Your RC helicopter instructor lives in Decatur. Okay. We are back, Bloomington Normal. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same number, 309-451-9299. If you would like to see me live in a studio where you can interact with me and I interact with you, go over to YouTube and in the search bar, type in Modern Renaissance Man. And you will see an icon of me, or a thumbnail they call it. And when you see that, click on it and you will see me waving and talking and all that stuff, being very animated in the studio. You know what? Some folks say things like, I had some questions that came in and said, if I'm at home, would it be better for me to listen to you on the radio or listen to you and tune in through YouTube? Personally, I would say if you're able to go onto YouTube, it's probably better there, because you will feel like you actually are able to see, of course you're able to see me, but because it seems like it's more personal versus just hearing a voice over the airwaves. So that's my opinion right there. That's a question that came out. Good question there, by the way. So before we took the break, another shout out to B-Bags, who was on here, that dropped off his opinion on what he felt about everything that was going on right now. And as you guys can see, most people are in agreement that America is at a very, very unstable point right now. And no matter what it is, if there's instability within a realm, if there's instability within a country, if there's instability within a home, instability within a job, most people would know that in order for that to happen, that is a result of leadership. It's going to flow from the head all the way down. It is a result of leadership, no matter how you put it. You want to know why my house is in order? Leadership. You want to know why, as a director, why our department is in order? Leadership. And I will take full responsibility should things get out of order, right? The reason why, and you can say what you want to, the reason why our country is in shambles right now is because of poor leadership. And then you got something that flows down from leadership called micromanagement. The people who are supposed to be micromanaging are a bunch of dimwits and a bunch of dumb folks that just all go along with this record. They're being paid off to go along with this record because nobody in their right mind would allow a lot of this stuff that's going on in our schools right now to go on. Nobody in their right mind, who in their right mind want their kid to learn about certain type of sexual positions and certain type of sexual favors and all this stuff like that in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade? Who in their right mind want to have these drag queens coming in there reading to their kids? Because, oh, well, you should have a right to be able, but then at the same time, you better not dare say anything that's Christian related. It's really amazing. You can talk about everything in a school, but you better not talk about Christianity and Jesus. You can talk about Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna. You can talk about all those different people, all those different religions, but you better not don't say anything about Christianity and Jesus. Then they have a problem. They have a problem. There was a school that was up there. I forget what it was, but I covered it a while ago, where a bunch of Muslims, or they say Muslim, they spoke out and they came hard at the school board about having a bunch of nonsense being brought to their kids. Did you know that they didn't catch hardly no heat? Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that those Muslim people did not catch hardly no heat. These were men. These were, which I love that too. These were all men coming at that school board hard. And everybody heard about it. But you guess what? The Muslim people didn't get put on no domestic terrorist list. There is a correlation, folks. A lot of folks that spoke out when CRT was hitting, when the hyperalization of sex was being pushed on these children in the summers of like 2020, 2021, when all that stuff was being pushed out, most of the people that were standing up and saying things kept on saying things like God, 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 God. And next thing you know, you're on a domestic terrorist list. But these Muslim people that spoke up against the same exact thing, nobody came at them hard. I'm just telling you. It seems like there's something behind the whole Christianity faith that seems to make people uncomfortable. It seems to tick them off. It seems to have them worry. Is it because there's power behind that? But before I lollygag any more about that, I have somebody that's been in the backdrop here, patiently waiting, and we're going to bring them on. This is the Raven. The Raven, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Ty. I've been a long-time subscriber to your channel for several months now. I love your content. I love how you do this radio show now.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what, you talk about this thing about transgenders and stuff in the school. I'll tell you what. When I first heard about the drag queens in school, I got so daggone mad that I almost threw my phone up against a wall. I mean, what? I mean, why would you put that kind of garbage in our schools with our children? It is flat garbage. I mean, and I left a comment before I came in here. I said, you know what? They're ruining the term drag. I'm a big time race car fan. And when I think of the term drag queen, I think of the trophy girl that presents a trophy to the winner of the NHRA drag race on quarter mile.
We had a little bit of a setback there, ladies and gentlemen. Some technology issues there. There we go.
Yeah, but that's what I think when I think of like a drag queen. I think of the trophy girl that presents a trophy to the winner of an NHRA car, like a top fuel dragster or something. That's what I think of a drag queen. Drag race. When I first saw that thing with RuPaul's Drag Race, I saw that. I don't know if it was on the TV or on the internet or something, and I was like, "Ooh, drag racing! I want to check it out. I love drag racing." And when I seen what that was, I was appalled by it. I was like, "What the heck is this?" And this wokeness, and we talk about religion, and we talk about the stuff going on in the churches and stuff. I was just watching another video on YouTube, Liberty Doll. Very, very good YouTuber, and she talks a lot about 2A stuff and whatnot. But she was talking about something happened in Canada. And when you look about what's going on in Canada, and then you think about that's starting to go on here in our own home soil. And she was talking about how there's this Catholic church, and we know that Catholics and Christians are supposed to be against homosexuality. They're supposed to be against transgenderism or whatever you call it and stuff like that. But then there was this kid, he stood up about his beliefs as a Catholic. They suspended him from school, and there was a big stink about it. He went back to school, and then the next thing you know, he gets arrested by the police for trespassing. And I heard that, and I was like, are you kidding? That's why I don't follow any kind of religion. I don't follow religion because there's so much hypocrisy in religion. The Bible talks about Sodom and Gomorrah. It talks about how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for their sodomy. Now you look up sodomy in the dictionary. Sodomy, I'm not going to get into details, but look up sodomy in the Webster's dictionary, and you'll know what that means. And that falls under the category of what we're talking about with homosexuality and stuff like that. I talk about Christian, and we as a people, we need to be, we need to stand together. We need to stand as a nation. I hear people talking about, oh, well, let's just pick up our guns and fight. That's not right now. Right now is not the time to do that. Somebody who is very wise says that to die at your front door is a foolish way to go. There is a time and a place to stand up. Right now, let's let the courts, let's let our voices and our votes, let's let our voices be our strength. Let's stand united, get on the phones to our representatives, put pressure on them, do what we got to do, and let them know, hey, if you're going to continue to support this kind of garbage, this kind of wokeness, to our children and to us people that are not into that, we're going to vote you out. We're going to vote you out and put someone in office. It is the Supreme Courts are on our side. We've been getting a lot of 2A victories and other victories in the Supreme Courts. We on the Republican side of things, we are winning. We are winning, and a lot people may not realize that because of everything that's going on. But we on the right, we are winning. we just got to keep standing strong, standing together. I'll tell you what, all this stuff that's going on between blacks and whites, and the black people talking about white privilege, and talking about the racism and stuff. I'll tell you, it's almost turned me racist. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's almost turned me racist. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being judged by people that think that I've got more privilege than them when I'm not driving around in a brand new Mercedes Benz. I don't have a big fancy house. Every dollar I get's going into building the little shack that I'm working on moving into. I don't have a lot of money. But I'm not going to get into all that. That's my own personal beliefs. But I just think that people need to stand together. People need to stand strong instead of fighting with each other. I see people fighting in the YouTube comments and stuff like that because they might have different beliefs, or they might not, like this thing with Trump. I didn't vote for Trump, but as I get to looking at how Trump ran the country during his presidency, if he does get a chance to run again, he's definitely got my vote 100%. I don't trust DeSantis. There's something about him I don't trust. Maybe he can do something to gain my trust or whatever. Right now, I don't trust him. Donald Trump, that's where I'm going right now. Now, if Trump ends up not running, yes, I'll go DeSantis. But, I'm not going to sit here and spit about my political beliefs, all day on the radio. But, I'm just saying that this woke stuff. I don't watch Disney anymore. I am 100% against Disney. I don't watch NASCAR anymore because of that garbage that happened with Bubba Wallace and the noose. And then when Bubba Wallace took and he crashed out that what was it, Kyle Larson or whatever his name was, and then attacked him, and they barely did anything to him about that. And then, I don't watch NFL because of that whole garbage with the kneeling for the national anthem. You don't disrespect my country. Do not disrespect my country. I've got, my uncle, my grandfather, have fought in wars. My grandfather was in World War II. My uncle was in the Vietnam War. I mean, I have family that have fought and, fought for this country. I got friends who have died for this country. That's where I got the name Raven from, was for a soldier who was fighting in Pakistan or whatever it was, so I'm it just gets me so angry to see the way our country is going right now. I mean, it really does.
Which I can completely understand. Raven, real quick, we're getting ready to come up on a break here real quick. So, folks, you're hearing this going on, folks, and we're enjoying this. So, stay put, folks, because we'll be right back. We'll bring you right back up, Raven, after this break. Okay, what's going on here in the chat? What you say, Red? Red said MRM wants different opinions on live. Something happened I don't know about. They're baiting us against one another, and people are taking the bait. Mandy J, that's a good point. That's a good point. Jay Thomas said maybe that's the goal. Yeah. Okay, I hear you, Red. Yeah, I got you. Don't forget, folks, that if you are just now kind of tuning in, don't forget to hit that like button so the video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. Everybody needs to double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel, okay? Just double check. I keep going to my channel. Somebody tell me, hey, I just resubscribed to the channel. I'm checking it out right now. You notice that the keyhole is on the other on this side of the door.
I think it's just that like we can make it so that nobody can get in here.
What is going on, Bloomington Normal? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you're listening to my show, Cancel This. The phone number here is area code 309-451-9299, and you can text the show at that same number. You can also check me out here on YouTube, where you can call in and state your opinion by clicking on a link to join the panel and let your voice be heard. So you guys just heard a panelist that was on here named the Raven, stating his points on what he feels, and we're just going to go ahead and let him continue. All right, Raven, you're back on, sir.
Yeah, before we went to the break, I was talking about all this garbage that they're putting in our public schools, and they're putting on our television and on our radio, in our music, and all that. This whole thing about transgender and stuff like this. I left a before I came on this panel, I was in a chat this is on Liberty Dolls thing, when she was talking about the kid that got arrested at the college in Canada, the Catholic college, because he spoke against transgenders, and I said something along the line of, I said, I don't follow religion because there is so much hypocrisy in religion anymore these days. I said, that you're supposed to be against certain things, and then you embrace it. That is blasphemy at its finest, in my opinion. And why? And that's why I don't go to a church. That's why I don't follow. I am a Christian man. I am what I call an American Christian. And I was saying, about us standing together. George Washington said it the best. George Washington said that the greatest thing, the thing that makes the American Christian the greatest above all others, is that we would rather fight on our feet than live on our knees, or that we'd rather die on our feet than live on our knees. But the way our country is going right now, we're on our knees, and we need to stand up. And I'm not talking about getting violent. I'm not talking about getting guns and going out and shooting people, or going after government officials. That is the wrong way to do it. That is 100% the wrong way to do it. The best way to make our voices heard is doing what we're doing here. Do what you're doing. Go on the radio, talk about it. Let our public officials know, hey, enough is enough. Get on there, call them up, email them, say, hey, enough is enough. If you're going to keep supporting this stuff, we're just going to vote for some. We're going to vote you out of office and put somebody in that is going to be for the American people. And it can be done. But we as Americans need to get our heads out of an anatomically peculiar position and do it. People say, oh, well, we're not going to do anything. The Patriots ain't going to do anything. You're dang right we're not, because we really don't know what to do because we're so divided. These politicians out there have got us so dang divided that we don't really know which way we're going. We don't know, our heads from a hole in the ground. And it's really sad, because when I was growing up back in the 1980s, in the 70s and 80s, I could go outside and play outside with the other kids, and, go run up and down the street, walk in the middle of the street. And if a car was coming, they calmly slow down, let you get out of the way, and go about their merry business. You didn't have to worry about locking your doors when you're going out. Well, I mean, we did have crime. I had a bicycle stolen, big deal, right? But, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. Nowadays, it is so bad. Everybody's got to carry a piece on their hip. Everybody's looking over their shoulders, carrying guns and stuff, because they're so afraid. And that's sad, because you got places like Chicago, you got places like Illinois and California. It's going soft on crime. They're going soft on crime. They're doing this whole thing with catch and release, no bail. You get caught doing a violent crime, you just you get slapped on the wrist, and then you get let loose. How are we supposed to protect ourselves? How are we supposed to live a normal life when we're afraid when we're scared to walk down the street because some chomo is going to hurt our kids, or some guy who's violent, goes out, gets drunk, and comes after us, comes after your wife, or comes after your children, and then knowing that the law enforcement ain't going to do nothing about it. It's, no wonder we as Americans are scared. No wonder why we're, everybody's arming themselves and stuff. But because what do? When law enforcement and our government don't do anything, then it's up to the people to take care of it themselves. And, and it's really sad. And I hate to see that our country has come to the state that it's in now. I mean, back in the 1980s, during the time of Ronald Reagan, I think Ronald Reagan was probably one of the best presidents we've had since, before Trump. And he got our economy going pretty well. Yeah, Reagan had some things that people didn't agree with. He did some things that, may not have been great for our country. The same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, yeah, he's done some things I don't agree with, especially with the Second Amendment. But I think Donald Trump definitely knew what he was doing. Donald Trump actually had the stones to do some things that, in my lifetime, no other president's done. Flat out told Vladimir Putin, no, you ain't doing this, because if you do it, there's going to be repercussions. Same thing with like Cuba and other places like that. No, you're not doing it, because if you do, we're going to come back after you. Trump stood up and said, it's not happening. Not on my watch. And, and that, so you may not agree with everything that the man said, but you look at the current administration, look at our borders. Look at our borders right now. Our borders are wide open. We've got more cartels, more illegal guns, more fentanyl, more drugs, more crime coming up through our borders right now than ever before. And he's spending all these millions and billions of dollars, sending them over to other countries, sending them over to, what is that, Ukraine and stuff like that. When we've got problems in our own country, we got people on the streets here starving. We got people here on the street, and then I hear you talk about a lot about the jab. I myself, like you, I'm 100% unvaxxed. I never did go get the vaccine, and I won't. I am disabled. I don't have a job, so I ain't worried about being fired. People can say what they want about me. I ain't planning on getting on no airplane, because ever since 9/11, I've had this kind of a fear of flying on public airplanes ever since, but, I love to fly, but I won't fly commercial anymore. But, so I ain't worried about not having the jab. I haven't gotten it. I won't get it. I've heard what it's doing to people. I've heard people that are dying from it and getting disabilities from it. So until maybe some years down the road, after it's been studied and it's been perfected to where, they can mitigate the side effects of it and stuff like that, maybe, it would be like a flu shot, maybe, but don't force it on me. That is where the term "my body, my choice" I do agree with. It is my body and it is my choice. If I want to get the jab, I'll get the jab. I don't want to, I don't feel like I have to. And so the way I see it, keep the sexuality out of our schools, keep sexuality out off of public television and off the radio. Let people have a choice to what they want to do. This is America. We have rights. Leave our leave our Second Amendment rights alone. Leave our First Amendment alone. Let us say what we want. Within reason. Like you said, don't go cussing on the radio or something, cussing and using foul language on the radio and television. There's a time and a place for that. But let us say what we want without censorship. This whole thing with YouTube is getting ridiculous, shadow banning people's channels for saying things or doing things that they don't agree with. You keep sexuality out of schools, let us say what we want, let us have our rights, stuff like that. Let's go back to being a true America. And most importantly, believe in whatever God you believe in, whether it's Allah or Jesus or Yahweh or whatever. Believe in whatever God you believe in, and believe that with all of your heart. And don't let anybody, government or otherwise, don't let anybody stray you away from your beliefs. This is America. We have the right to practice whatever religion that we so desire. We have the right to believe in what we believe in. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I'm an American Christian. So, by all means, believe in whatever God you believe in. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Believe in whatever God you believe in, and live life to the fullest. Live life the way life was meant to be, and don't let anybody steer you away from that. Be yourself. Don't let people tell you that.
All right. Hey, we really appreciate that. You guys heard that. We are coming to the end of our show right here. The Raven was completely laying out some gems again, folks. He has the chat here buzzing. A lot of people are agreeing with him. A lot of people giving him flowers and all that good stuff like that, folks. You heard what he just got done saying. And I'm not usually a person that's lost on words, but I mean, the man pretty much gave my closing remarks. I don't know what to say to y'all. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all.